never ever step foot here in this area. Most tourists don't go there. They were selling wine here during the pandemic. Hey there guys, welcome back to our dramatic travel family and welcome back to Florence. And today I have a very special video for you. I go to Florence pretty often and have even shot several videos here for which I will leave you the links in the description box. But today I want to show you a very different side of the city. I want to show you Florence that most tourists don't see and to discover it from a very different perspective. So if you're ready, let's go with me. So the first place that I want to show you today is called Officina, Profumeria, Farmaceutica, Santa Maria Novella. Maybe I pronounced it wrong. However, it is basically a perfume shop, a perfume lab kind of, that was originally created as a pharmacy within the monastery, within the church of Santa Maria Novella. The first documents mentioning this pharmacy date back to the 14th century and was signed by the Dominican friars who actually used to run this pharmacy where they were selling rose water as a hand sanitizer, which makes me actually think of our current times. They were also selling other medicines here, but then the pharmacy was turned into the perfume shop, perfume lab, basically as it is today. And today lots of tourists still visit it and love buying perfumes here. Guys, it's been my first time in this perfume lab, perfume shop, basically a museum, and honestly I loved it. And even if I haven't been there before, although I've been to Florence so many times, I bet that you haven't been there yet, unless of course you're Italian or you live in Florence. However, I highly recommend you to visit this place. It's right in the city center. Basically, it's 2 minutes walk from the central station. And despite being so central and despite being such a wonderful museum, it was not overcrowded at all. There weren't many people, there weren't many tourists. Like, there were people, yes, but you know, it wasn't an overcrowded place and I loved it. Guys, I can give you one very useful tip for when visiting Florence or basically any other big touristic Italian city. Don't use the road signs. Use Google Maps instead so you don't get lost, and then choose narrow, smaller streets where there aren't many tourists to get wherever you need to be. Because like this, first of all, you will avoid crowds of tourists, but also you will see all of these amazing little artisanal shops, bookshops, antique shops, and all of the different artisanal stuff that there is in these amazing cities. Guys, I highly recommend you to ditch your maps and just, you know, enjoy the city. Get lost in the city that you visit and you'll discover it in a totally new way. One of my very random and unexpected finds today was this bookshop slash coffee shop slash theater, which in my opinion is an amazing combo, because for someone who loves theater, who loves books and who loves coffee, you know, it looks like paradise, honestly. However, if you didn't know, guys, I used to be an actress for several years, and my first steps in the theater were actually closely linked to literature, because my theater company was meeting in this literature coffee shop full of books itself. We were meeting in the underground, basically like basement, for rehearsals and then for our first performances there. Here instead they have this bookshop, like full-on bookshop, and then a lovely coffee shop area where people can work, because I've seen people working there with their laptops and stuff. It's very silent, so I didn't want to talk a lot there, and I'm planning to get more coffee today, so I didn't get coffee there because it'll be a lot of coffee for me today. However, then they have this kind of stage there, and I'm pretty sure they have performances there. Isn't it lovely? What can I say, guys? Florence is probably the most amazing city in the world. Another place that I actually didn't plan to shoot today, and might seem that, you know, everything that we are filming was not planned. It's not true. However, since we are passing by, I wanted to know this place to you. This place is called Palazzo Strozzi, and this palace hosts amazing exhibitions. They're all temporary, they are changing all the time, and they are absolutely fantastic. Right now there is an exhibition of Donatello and another one of NFT art. You know, guys, we're living in the digital era, so I feel like that's really interesting. We are not going there today. However, I highly recommend you to check this place out whenever you're in Florence, to check out which exhibition do they have at the moment. I visited an exhibition by Jeff Koons here a few months ago. Jeff Koons is probably one of my favorite contemporary artists. If you ever happen to watch this video, Jeff Koons, please know that you're a genius. I love your works. And honestly, guys, it was so impressive. And what actually strikes me is the fact that Florence has always been known as this place of art, you know, and culture. It was a cradle of the Renaissance, and local families have always cherished art and artists. And still to this day, centuries after these families have lived in these palaces, artists still want to exhibit their works here. It's still very honorable for them to exhibit their works here. And I feel like this is the true essence of Florence, the true soul of Florence, you know, the art and culture, the mix of tradition and modern. This is the real Italy, guys. Alright guys, I'm finally taking you somewhere where I plan to go. I'm just kidding, obviously, because I always plan where to go when we are shooting. However, now I want to take you to the other side of the river, because the most non-touristic places are located there. Most tourists don't go there because most people just spend 1 or maybe 2 days here in Florence and they stay in the city center. However, I want to take you to the area that is very famous amongst locals. My local friends have advised me to go there, absolutely, and I want to explore it with you together, because this is, as I said, the best way to discover the city, to get lost and to explore the areas that locals love. Let's go with me. Now guys, I want to take you to have a glass of wine together here in Florence, but in a very peculiar place and in a very peculiar way. And once I see the place, because I can't find it yet, however, once we are there, you will understand why it's so peculiar, and it's super relevant to the modern times, although obviously, as everything in Italy is everything in Florence, it's heavily linked to the medieval times. Let's see what it is. This place, guys, is called the Wine Window, and can you just imagine, they were selling wine here during the pandemic of plague during the Middle Ages. These windows were very common for Florence because all the restaurants, all the osterias were closed clearly, and they created these wine windows so they can still continue to sell wine to the people. And I think this is absolutely hilarious. And this is one of the few wine windows that is still open, and I want to try wine here because obviously what could be more specific and peculiar than this in Florence. But to get your wine here, guys, you have to ring the bell first, and then the barista will appear. It's still hilarious. It's even more hilarious than before. Guys, obviously it doesn't look like a medieval glass of wine, and you can even pay here with your card, which is good. Thankfully it's not medieval. However, this is lovely, and I highly recommend you to try this out if you're in Florence. I will leave you the link to this place and all other places that I visit in the description as always, and let's try it. Cheers! And it's very good. You can actually see lots of wine windows like this one all around this area. However, here inside there is an architectural studio right now, so obviously they're not serving you wine, but it's really cool that there was so many wine windows here once. However, it's really fun that you can still find at least one place that keeps selling you wine through these wine windows. Guys, there are so many cool places in this area, various restaurants, enoteche, osterie. Basically, the choice is huge. So, my advice to you would be to never ever step foot here in this area unless you are ready to spend money and unless you're ready to eat and drink a lot. Guys, there is seemingly nothing better than a glass of cold wine on a hot day in Florence. However, you know, I love giving you travel tips, and my best tip always would be to come prepared wherever you travel. And having comfortable shoes is also super important when you travel. Honestly, I love my UIN shoes because they are so comfortable. They were created to travel, and they are basically art and travel shoes. Every pair has a fabulous art pattern on it. They are super soft, super breathable, super lightweight. You can wash them in a washing machine, and honestly, I don't basically feel them. It feels like they're hugging your feet, and I love it, guys. They are so comfy when you need to walk a lot, when you need to walk the streets of ancient Italian cities. I have no words. I'm super grateful that I'm wearing them today because we are walking a lot, and I'm loving every step I'm taking here. The next place that I have in mind for today, guys, is incredibly special. I want to take you to the Artisanal perfume shop. What could be more local, what could be more special than a perfume shop in the heart of Florence? The perfume shop that I'm taking you to is called Lorenzo Villoresi, and it is called after the perfume master, the owner of this shop. They also have a museum. However, you need to book in advance to get a guided tour around the museum. I will leave you all the links in the description box so you can check out their website and also book your visit in case if you want to visit the museum. They have guided tours in English as well. However, even the shop itself is so worth a visit. You will be welcome there, and you will be able to smell all of the amazing perfumes. Their perfumes cost at around 100 euros per bottle, based obviously on the size of the bottle. They have a wide range of perfumes to choose from. All of them are artisanal. Lorenzo Villoresi has been working with perfumes for more than 30 years now. And for more money, if you have about 5,000 euros to spend, he will create a brand new custom perfume for you, a personalized perfume from the heart of Florence. Obviously, it costs a lot. However, I think that's an interesting experience, and I think sometime in the future I will return here for a custom-made perfume. I would love it. You know, who wouldn't want a Dramatically Expatic perfume? I'd love it, honestly, but I think this place is so special. Honestly, the people who work there are very nice and welcoming. The perfume shop is so special and so beautiful, and you can smell all these intricate perfumes, all these sophisticated smells. Guys, I loved it. It was such a special experience, and I highly recommend you to visit it because, you know, with all the artisanal shops here, there is the culture of these artisanal shops and artisanal masters. You absolutely have to visit a place like this once you're in Florence. Found this wonderful space today that is basically like a community space. It's called Libri, and if it sounds familiar to you, that might be because in Bologna there is a lovely bookshop that is called Libri, and if you haven't seen my video from the best and most peculiar bookshops in Bologna, I will leave you a link up here. However, here it works a bit differently. It's basically like a community space where people come to study, to read, to see their friends, relax, or sometimes they organize lovely events like readings and book presentations and stuff like that. They also occupy themselves with some social issues like mental health and other similar issues. There is a bar, so you can have coffee here. They have the area inside in this beautiful outside garden, which is lovely. And most importantly, there is one similarity between this bookshop, this space, Libri, and Libri of Bologna. Here, similar to Bologna, you can bring your books from home and get some books here in exchange, so basically for free, in exchange for your own books, so you don't have to pay. You can buy them as well, but if you don't want to, you can bring your own books and exchange them for some books from the bookshop. And I think this is a lovely initiative that allows you for, book circulation and more conscious consumption, which is beautiful. And also this space is lovely. It's very peaceful and very nice, and they are trying to make some change in the city, in the society. Isn't it lovely? Guys, this place is another very peculiar place in Florence. This place is known as Ospedale degli Innocenti, which translates into the Hospital of the Innocents. And actually, if you can see these little figurines of babies all over the facade of this building, I think you can imagine what is it. It's not a hospital, but it used to be one of the first orphanages in Europe. It was built in the 15th century and it was designed by Filippo Brunelleschi. Yep, that's Filippo Brunelleschi, the Renaissance genius of Florence. Due to the pandemics, high mortality, famine, and other natural disasters, there used to be a lot of orphan children in Florence, and this orphanage was built to deal with it, and for centuries it used to be, like a safe haven for all of the abandoned kids. Today there is a museum that you can visit that explores the history of orphanages and of this kind of institutions here in Florence. But I want to take you on the rooftop of this place for something very, very special. Here on the rooftop of Ospedale degli Innocenti, you can find a fabulous rooftop bar. There are lots of rooftop bars in Florence, but this one is my favorite for one very particular reason. From this place, you can have the most amazing view over the Duomo of Florence and Cupola di Brunelleschi. Probably not by chance, and this place was designed by Brunelleschi as well, and I love it. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me on this fantastic, albeit hot day in Florence. My best tip for you is to be open-minded and curious about traveling and about the city that you visit, because like this you can discover the places that you go to in a fantastic way. There are lots of surprises and secrets awaiting for you, and I hope that I managed to inspire you to come here and explore it for yourselves. As always, guys, don't forget to put a thumbs up, comment and share this video with your friends. If you want to help me support this channel, please use the super thanks button to say thank you. Be open-minded, be curious. If you're new here, welcome to our lovely community. Please subscribe and hit the bell button to get the notifications of all the upcoming videos, guys. Thank you for being here and enjoy your day.